की भारत माता की वंदे वंदे वंदे.
Commissioner, and before that he was an alderman in the city of Chicago. He has over 50 years of elected offices, and he is from his heart very inclusive of minorities and empowering minorities. Congressman Davis has recently passed, as you know, in the House, the $2 trillion for COVID relief. Money is flowing from federal government to the state and cities and communities. There's about $8.9 billion for vaccination, but there's about $19 billion for COVID testing. There's also $9 billion for community rural health. So the Congress and the Biden-Harris administration is making sure that America goes over with the economic recovery. Please welcome our godfather and the father of community health in the United States of America, Congressman Danny K. Davis of the 7th Congressional District.
Thank you very much, Dr. VJ. And I'm pleased to be in the home of my colleague, Lauren Underwood, who is doing such an outstanding job as a new member of Congress. She is the youngest person elected, the youngest person there. She has an outstanding background as a nurse and is making great use of that as we deal with the tremendous pandemic that our country and our world is facing. I want to thank Dr. VJ for inviting me to come and be a part of this tremendous effort. But I really want to thank him for more than that. You know, there are some people who see things and they only see so far. And then there are others who have the ability to see things that go a long way. I remember the words of a very famous poet who said that some people see things that are and ask why. But I dream of things that have never been and ask why not. So why not an Indian American? as a member of the City Council in Naperville, Illinois, those of us who are able to be who we are and yet bridge those gaps. I often say to black people who challenge me sometimes in terms of the vastness of my engagement and contacts and the expressions that I have for other people who are not black. And they'll say, well, what's that got to do? And I say, look, I am as black as the Ace of Spades. I am as black as you could possibly be. And I'm really talking philosophically when I say that. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. But the world is the world. I can never be everything that I have the potential of being unless everybody else can be what it is that they have the potential of being. America is a tremendous country, but it philosophically has taught one thing and been something else. We said that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And quite honestly, they didn't mean all men when they said that. They only meant men that they felt were intelligent enough, had resources, had education, owned things to be able to vote. Women did not get the right to vote in this country until just a little more than 100 years ago. The country got started in 1776, but women did not get the right to vote until 100 years ago. The Constitution, when it was written, counted my ancestors as only 3/5 of a person. They had something in there called the 3/5 Compromise, where the northern states did not want to count the slaves at all. The southern states wanted to count the slaves, but only in terms of representation numbers, the people that we want to elect to public office. Yes, you will represent Indian Americans and all the travail that Indian Americans and Asian Americans and other minorities have experienced. But what you express is a vision for the village of Naperville, a vision for the people that you live among and work among and are a part of. I'll be delighted, Gerard, for you to come out here and work every day. And if you can bring somebody else with you, that's all right too. And help elect a woman who knows what it means to be an elected official. Those of you who are helping me, let me tell you, when I started running for public office, I had 2 people helping me, and both of them were white. But they happened to live in the black community because their parents had lived there before, and they owned a house, and these 2 guys didn't move. Larry Hawk and Lawrence, 2 brothers, a tremendous representative. Everybody who can give whatever it is that you can give. Do whatever it is that you can do, because a little bit becomes much when you put it in the master's hand and put the master's touch to it. I cannot do all things because I'm only one. And I always say that to myself. But when you get a lot of people doing a little bit, you can overcome whatever the obstacles are. You can overcome whatever the naysayers say. You can make believers out of those who don't believe. So I close with a little poem to you. People who know me know that I just love poetry. I got a poem for everything that there is, no matter what it is. And so my poem to you says, if you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you won't. If you think you win, but don't, you won't. Out in the world we find success begins with the fellow's will. It's all in this state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late the one who thinks she can. God bless you. Congratulations. And God bless you.
Thank you so much, Congressman, and thank you for your blessings and continuous inspiration, and thank you for your leadership. Thank you.
And we would like to just something that you can put in your trophy case, put on the wall. You can put it in the kitchen, over the stove, wherever you want to put it, but just put it somewhere and remember, when you become the mayor of Naperville, that you started as the city councilman, and we were there at the beginning. So thank you. You should read it.
Oh, okay. Okay. U.S. Congressman Danny K. Davis, 7th Congressional District Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force, endorses Mrs. Vasavi Chakka for Naperville City Council 2021 in recognition of her proven leadership and her dedication, passion, and service to the city of Naperville. On this day, Sunday, March 28th, Danny K. Davis.